I am audible to you, ma'am? Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There was some issue. My screen is visible or not?
Visible.
Visible, ma'am.
It is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
It is regression analysis.
Yeah, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay. Yes. Though we will be learning many things during the coming sessions and today's session, but the most important thing is regression analysis. Regression analysis is the base for any econometric model, but we have different types of models, and for those models we have different types of assumptions. Today's lecture will be based on 3 books: Basic Econometrics by Damodar and Gujarati, Discovering Stats by Andy Field, and Introductory Econometrics for Finance. Though I have consulted 4th edition and I have shared you the files which are available with the 4th edition, but 2nd edition is one of the best editions if you want to learn e-views. Because in 4th edition, screenshots are not available with the theoretical. In 2nd edition, screenshots are available, steps are available along with the theory. In 4th edition, theoretical portion has been divided in a book and which is available in hard copy. I have hard copy. I purchased in 2019. And guides, R guide and e-views guide have been accompanied in the soft copy. So for you, if any of you is in learning stage, 2nd edition is the best edition. Yes. First, most important point, why we apply any statistical test. Why not just collect the data and calculate the results and then report these results along with the interpretation? Why? There are 2 reasons. Whether we apply t-test, z-test, ANOVA, regression, why do we apply these tests? We want to test whether the values obtained from the sample, whether it is mean, mode, median, regression alpha, regression beta, or any other value, whether these are significant or not. First reason why we apply any test, because we want to test whether the values which were obtained from the sample are significant or not. Second reason is to decide whether the results can be generalized or not. Results obtained from samples, whether it is regression relationship or any other statistic, these results can be generalized or not. These are the 2 main reasons we apply any statistical test. Which test or regression to apply? You may be thinking why I am discussing this. Which regression to apply? If it is your first workshop, you may think, is there any type of regression other than least square regression? Yes, there are many types of regression, and we have to select which regression to apply on the basis of two main constraints. First is whether the data we are analyzing is cross-sectional data, time series data, or panel data. We know what is cross-sectional data. If data has been collected from more than one units but for one period. Time period is one, units are more than one. If data is collected from one unit but for more than one time period, it is called time series data. It is arranged chronologically. I am talking about units here, not variables. Variables are different from units. Unit may be a college, an institution. Variables may be number of teachers, number of students, number of computers available, whether has been accredited or not. There may be so many reasons. There may be so many variables, but unit is same. Unit is a different thing and variables are different things. So here we are talking about units, not variables. Cross-sectional data, units are more than one, time period is one. In time series data, unit is one, time periods are more than one. In panel data, units as well as time periods are more than one. Yes. Second one. First consideration was which type of data we are using, and second consideration is on which scale our dependent variable is measured, whether it is measured on ratio scale, interval scale, ordinal scale, or nominal scale. What is ratio scale? Ratio scale means we may divide the data, multiply the data, add the data, subtract the data. Anything will work. Any arithmetic operation will work with the data. Then the data is called ratio scale. Interval data. Only distance is important. Means we may subtract the data from one value to other value. But other arithmetical operations like multiplication, division are not possible. For example, time period 2010 and 2020. How many years are in between these two periods? There are 10 periods. 10 years are there in 2010 and 2020. There is 10 years gap. But whether we may multiply 2010 with 2020? No. Whether we may divide this? No. That means time period is on interval scale. Ordinal scale. Only order is meaningful. Neither we may add, nor we may subtract, nor multiply, nor divide. For example, grading or ranking. First grade is better than second, but how much better? 10 points, 20 points, whether it is double, whether it is half, cannot be determined. That is why only order is meaningful. First, second, third. This type of data is called ordinal data. Next one is nominal scale. It is just for categorization, just for recognition. It is called nominal scale. For example, my roll number is 20. It is just for recognition. For categorization, I am female, it is categorization. This type of data is on nominal scale. So two type of considerations. First is which type of data are we analyzing, and second one is on which measurement scale dependent variable is measured. I am not talking about independent variable, it is dependent variable. On the basis of measurement scale of dependent variable, we determine our regression type. Yes. Multiple regression for cross-sectional data. How do we interpret multiple regression for cross-sectional data? I have shared with you a file named important points. Important points. Yes. This is the regression type. Height is equal to 1.5 plus 0.8 into age plus UI. How will we interpret this regression equation? Any of you? Yes, participants. Am I audible as well as my screen is visible? Yes, yes.
It's a regression model with a single variable.
Yes. How these coefficients 1.5 and 0.8 will be interpreted?
Well,
1.5.
even when a child is not.
Yeah.
So 1.5 would be like even when a child is not born, the height of the fetus is still 1.5.
Yes.
And then going forward, like once an individual is born, his height in relation to his age is like 0.8 of the age.
Yes. With the increase in 1 unit in age, height will increase by 0.8 units. This 0 with the 1 unit increase in age. This is the unit of independent variable means age. 0.8 of height will increase. This will be the unit of dependent variable. Clear? With 1 unit increase in age means which unit we will take? Unit of age. Whether we are measuring age in months, in years, or any other unit. With the increase in 1 unit of age, height will increase by 0.8 units. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Whether this will be for every child, every single child, with the increase in age of 1 unit, height will increase by 0.8 units. This will be for all the children, even for a single child, or not?
It's a generalized model, and that's why I guess we have the error component in the model as well, because this model. Yeah.
It is on average. So we interpret it that with the increase in 1 unit of age, averagely height will increase by 0.8 units. Clear? Point is clear? It will not be for every single child. That is why we have added error term. It is called error term, one of the most important term for generalizing our model. Sorry for this question, but how many of you are attending first workshop? I think it is the first workshop. I'm not able to see how many have raised the hands. Okay, for this. Okay. It is your first workshop. And others, second, third, or fourth workshop. Yes. Okay. I'll have to plan accordingly. Yes. No issue. Yes. This term residual is one of the most important variable for generalizing the results. Whether the sample results may be generalized to whole population. For this, we check the behavior of this error term. What is this error term? We will be discussing. Yes. Where is my PPT? Yes. Multiple regression for cross-sectional data. We have discussed how do we interpret cross-sectional coefficients of cross-sectional regression. Yes, this is written like this. I, subscript I is there. I is for cross-sectional data and T is for small t is for time series data when we have discrete time series. Leave it. We generally have yi for cross-sectional data and yt for time series data. Point is clear? Where I is for I subscript is used for cross-sectional data and T subscript is used for time series data. Yes. Examples of dependent and independent variable. Dependent variable in this equation, yi is dependent variable and xi1, xi2, xi1 means first variable, xi2 second variable. Both variables are independent variables. Yes. Examples of dependent variables and independent variables. These are height of sun. Height of sun may depend on height of a father. This was the base for the regression analysis. The person who started working on regression analysis, he analyzed the data for height of the children and height of the parents. Then height of a person, it should be height of a child, not person. Height of a child depend on age. Then personal consumption income. Personal consumption expenditure may depend on disposable income. Till now, I am clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Next is
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
some assumptions of least square regression. This bit has been taken from Basic Econometrics by Gujarati. For least square regression, there are so many types of regression. One is least square regression. Least square regression is applied when relationship between x and y is linear. In all these three cases, we can't apply least square regression. Though with some modification, we may apply least square regression, but in the first instance, we can't apply regression analysis because in this case, relationship is not linear. It is quadratic. In this case also, relationship is not linear. Though it may be converted to linear, I already said that we may convert the variables to change the non-linear relationship to linear relationship. First, second, third. In all these cases, relationship is not linear. Linear means it should be aligned. In these all the cases, there is no linear relationship. First case is for quadratic relationship. We may convert it to linear relationship by this, changing these. It is semi-logarithm relationship. Y is equal to a plus b log x. Why it is called semi-logarithm? Because we have converted x to log but not y. Then it is cubic relationship, means y is not impacted only by x. It is impacted by x square as well as x cube. This type of relationship is, if we plot the data, we will be plotting the data today. If we plot the data and the graph is like this, first it is called quadratic relationship. We have to apply the regression. Y is equal to some constant plus coefficient of x1, coefficient of x and coefficient of x square. Then semi-logarithm. In this case, we have to convert x to log x. Then if we get this third type of shape in our plot or in our graph, then we will apply cubic relationship. Point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next assumption is number of observations must be greater than number of parameters to be estimated. At least if we are estimating 5 parameters including constant, if we are applying 5 parameters including constant, we should have at least 6 observations. Otherwise regression will not be applied. Though it is not practically possible to apply to calculate 5 coefficients with the help of 6 observations, it is not practically applied, but it is the basic condition that number of observations should be, means number of data points should be greater than number of parameters to be estimated. Next is there should be no outlier. One of the basic point to start the regression analysis. This pic has been taken from Discovering Statistics Using SPSS by Andy Field. Yes, you see there is an outlier. Is there any outlier or not? Andy Field has given the example of size of spider and anxiety. Students of a school were shown the spider, then size of the spider was increased and anxiety of the student was measured. And it was seen that one of the student on x-axis it is always independent variable. On y-axis it is always dependent variable. X-axis is showing size of spider in centimeter and y-axis is showing anxiety measured in any term GSR. With the increasing size of spider, anxiety was also increased, but there was a student, this outlier, whose anxiety was same even when the size was more than 20 centimeters. This student was outlier. We will be discussing. If I forget, please remind me what to do with outliers. Should we remove it or not? We will be discussing either today or tomorrow. Yes, there should be no outlier. If there is an outlier, we should account for that outlier. Yes. Next assumption. Independent variables means value of x should not be correlated with error term. Error term means U. It is generally called residual. These should not be correlated, means covariance should be covariance between all the independent variables individually with regression residual should be 0. Next one is no multicollinearity, means covariance or correlation between independent variables should not be high. High means 0.8 or more than 0.8, whether positive or negative. Last one is disturbance term or residual or error term should be normally distributed. In time series data, it is rarely met. This condition is not met, and this condition is even not required in time series data. Yes. Next one is zero mean value of disturbance, means residuals. If we calculate the average of residuals, average should be 0. Next one is homoscedasticity. Homoscedasticity with the increase in independent variable, the variance of error term should not increase. It should be same for all the values of x. I am repeating, for all the values of x, variance of error term should be same. Point is clear or not? See the figure 3.4. It is showing homoscedasticity because on x-axis, see what is this? x1, x2, x3 means these are the values of independent variable. If the value of independent variable is increasing, variance is same for all the values of x. But in figure 3.5, with the increasing values of x, x1, x2, x3, variance of error term on y-axis is probability density of ui. Variance is increasing. Variance is increasing or not? Third one is widely spread than second one, and second one is widely spread than first one. Point is clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next one is no autocorrelation between the disturbance term. A residual should not be autocorrelated. What is correlation and what is autocorrelation? What is the difference between correlation and autocorrelation? Correlation means linear relationship between two variables. Correlation means linear relationship between two variables. Autocorrelation, auto means with itself. A variable is correlated with itself. Clear? If we plot ut against ut minus 1, on y-axis ut minus 1, on x-axis it is ut. First figure, it is showing autocorrelation, positive autocorrelation. Second figure, negative autocorrelation. We will be discussing this term autocorrelation. Third one, there is no autocorrelation, means if we plot the residuals against its previous value, the graph should be like this, third graph, not first or second graph. Clear? These are the assumptions. If these assumptions are met, then we may generalize the results, otherwise not. I think I'll be sharing this PPT with you. Yes. all have installed eViews. To my knowledge, all have installed eViews and downloaded all the 3 data files. We will be practicing. Oh, I have. It's okay. If you have installed eViews as well as R, because we will be working with both these softwares, eViews as well as R. I think all have downloaded eViews. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. There is icon of eViews on your desktop or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Save your data file as well on desktop. Save your data files as well on desktop. I am opening the file S&P Hedge, the file I shared in the last S&P Hedge with eViews. How can I open this file with eViews? There are so many ways, but simple method is drag this file and drop on eViews icon. I am repeating, drag this file and drop on eViews icon. eViews is starting. It will be opening the file. The other method is open the eViews, go to file, open. Which file do you want to open? Open that file. Yes. Just click the finish. You all will practice with me. Finish. Link imported series and alpha objects to external source. What does it mean? It means if you have open an Excel file with eViews and the next time you open eViews and there is a change in Excel file, whether eViews should update file or not. So we are not going to link it with external source. No, we are going to work with a file that is available with us. No. I am hiding it because we will be learning menu based rather than command based in eViews. Yes. In the Excel file, there were 3 variables: date, futures, sport. But in eViews file, there are 5 variables. 2 variables are automatically included by eViews. One is C, the values are 0 presently, and second is residual. Presently, this will be an A, not applicable, because we have not applied any regression equation. Clear? When we will be applying regression equation, this variable will be auto updated. If we change the regression, this will be updated. Yes. First point to start any regression equation or any type of analysis, whether we are going to apply t-test, z-test, regression, ANOVA, first point is to plot your data. Plot your data. I have opened these futures by clicking twice. Clear? If you want to open a series, click twice that series. If you want to open two series together, for example, futures as well as spot, I want to open these two series together, then highlight the series or single click on the series you want to open first and press Ctrl and select the other series. Press enter. Both the series are opened together. Future is in first column to the left of the spot because I highlighted or I selected futures first. If I select spot first, then press Ctrl, then futures and then enter. See, spot is to the left of futures. I think point is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you want to open one series, just double click it. If you want to open more than one series, press the first, select the first series by single clicking on the series, press Ctrl, select the other series, select the third series. As per your choice, you may select the series, just press enter. This series will be opened. Yes, I will be checking outlier in both the series together. Go to, I assume that all of you are working with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go to view, graph. For time series data, best graph is line and symbol graph. For time series data, best graph is line and symbol graph. Line and symbol graph. Then which graph? Because we have multiple series, more than one series, you want single graph, stacking single graph or multiple graphs? No. Presently, I want to check separately, but in one window. I have selected multiple graphs. Point is clear? Okay. There are two graphs. One is for futures and one is for spot. There is no outlier in these graphs. There is no outlier in these graphs. Clear? Is there any
Yes, ma'am.
outlier? Which outlier is there? There may be structural change, but no outlier. There may be structural change on this point. Maybe behavior of series has been changed, but no outlier is there. Clear? Point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
There may be
Yes, ma'am.
change in the behavior of series at this point, but there is no outlier. Clear? To check the outlier of time series data, the single method is graphical presentation. Many researchers say you may check with the help of standardized residuals. Not possible. Only graphical presentation is the source, is the method to check whether there is outlier in time series data or not. For cross-sectional, you may check the outlier, you may check whether there is any outlier or not with the help of standardized residuals. If value of standardized residual is outside the range of -3 and 3, that data point is outlier. But for time series data, only graphical presentation is the way to check for outlier. Clear? What are these futures? And because most of the participants are from commerce and management, they may be knowing what are these futures and spot. Yes. What are these futures and spot?
Ma'am, I believe that spot is the current rate at which the share price is trading,
Hmm.
and future would be the predicted price for the same stock.
No, no. There are two markets. There are two markets, spot market and futures market. Clear? For shares as well as for commodities in India as well as in other countries. Spot means spot price means present price of the commodity or stock. Present price of any asset. It is called spot. Futures, it is the price for any future date, not predicted price. It is the price if the contract will be completed on any future date, then it will be on this price. It is the futures price. Point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What is spot price? For example, I am purchasing a mobile today. The price will be spot price. I am doing a contract with any person to purchase the mobile after 1 month. Then what the price he will be quoting for the delivery after 1 month? It is the futures price. Clear? Clear?
Ma'am, that means we are just creating the position that is the future. I mean, at the at that particular time period, I will be either buying or selling that particular commodity or the underlying at the price which is determined today. That's what is the future.
Yes, it is the futures price. On determined price, on particular price, I'll be purchasing this commodity or selling this commodity on a future date. It is futures price.
Yes, it is the underlying which we are considering in the future.
Yeah, underlying commodity may be, it will be out of this scope, derivative. My PhD work is on derivative. I am very much comfortable to discuss derivatives, but I think it will be out of the scope of this workshop. We will be discussing on 5th or 6th day when all participants will be comfortable, but not today. Okay. Point is clear? Yes. How to apply? Yes.
Ma'am, could
Yes.
you please also give an example of outlier by in this time series?
Let me change the data. I am closing this file, changing the data in. Yes, Urvashi ma'am, some people are waiting in the lobby. There was a message that people are waiting in the lobby.
Yes, ma'am. I already admitting them, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yes. See, 954, 924, 955. I change any of the value. For example, I change this value to 102622030. Saving this file. Okay, I may be saving. I have this file. I saved this file. Now I am opening the same file with eViews. Finish. No. I am plotting the futures prices. Yes. There is an outlier or not?
Yes, ma'am. The spike basically.
Yes.
It is the outlier because its behavior is not compatible with the behavior of previous value or behavior of future value. Clear? previous one and future one.
Thank you.
Its behavior has totally changed. It is the outlier. Point is clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Now I'll be deleting this file and yes. It was S&P hedge. Opening this file, it is the original file I shared with you. This data I have downloaded from the book, companion website of the book, Introductory Econometrics for Finance by Chris Brooks, 4th edition. Yes. How we apply regression in eViews. We have learned how to graphically present the data. Now we will be calculating the summary statistics. Future and sport. Open these two as a group. View descriptive stat. View descriptive stat. Common samples or individual samples. What does it mean? Common samples and individual samples. This differentiation is important if there is any missing value. This differentiation is important if there is any missing value. If there is a missing value, common sample will delete that row. Clear? For example, I don't have value here. I don't have value here for sport. For 12th month means December 1997. This value is missing. And if I calculate descriptive stat for common sample, then this entry will be deleted by the eViews. And if I select individual samples, then futures will be, how many data points are there? How to see how many data points are there? It was in the beginning. Yes, 247 observations. 247 total observation, monthly observation are there. If I select individual samples, descriptive stat individual samples, and one is missing for either future or sport, then, for example, I assume that one value is missing for sport and I select descriptive stat individual samples, then eViews will calculate descriptive stat for 247 observations for futures and 246 observations for sport. Clear? If I select common samples, then this entry, if this value is missing for sport, then this value will be deleted. This row will be deleted by the eViews to calculate. Note, it will not delete from your data file. It will delete for calculating the descriptive stat. Yes. Now there is no missing value, so we may select any of these. Results will be same. Yes, it is the descriptive stat. We have two variables, futures and sport. Mean value is this, median is this, maximum is this, minimum is this, standard deviation is this, skewness is this, kurtosis is this. If these are like this, for example, kurtosis is near to 3, it's okay. Skewness is near to 1, it's okay. If kurtosis is higher, for example, 100, 20, 10, then it is also an indication that there may be an outlier. I think my point is clear. It is also an indication that there is an outlier. You will be doing this yourself by changing the value in any of the data point and then calculating the descriptive stat. jar ka mirror test. What is the null hypothesis of this test? Yes. What does this test calculate? This test calculates that
normal
our
distribution.
data is
Normal.
yes.
It is normal
Yes.
distribution.
Yes. This test calculates that our data is normally distributed. And null hypothesis is that data is normally distributed. This probability, it is 0.00, means it is less than 0.05, means we may reject the null hypothesis that data is normally distributed. We are saying skewness, it should be 0, it is 1.1 in both the cases. Kurtosis, it should be 3, it is more than 3 in both the cases. You may check with the help of histogram also. Features, view, descriptive stat and test, histogram and stat. See whether it is normally distributed. No, it is not normally distributed. Average is 1423.638. See, data is skewed to the right side. Data is skewed to the right side. My point is clear? But these are not important in time series data. We may skip these points, whether our data is normally distributed or not, but other variables are important. Normally distribution, you will rarely get the normal distribution for time series data. The important point is whether the data is stationary or not. The important point is, yes, I am opening the futures and it is showing me graph, but I want to see my data. How to do that? Simple. View, what do you want to see? I want to see my spreadsheet. Yes, it is your spreadsheet. Clear? Clear? For time series data, for time series data, the basic condition is that our data should be stationary. What is stationarity? Any of you who is attending second or third workshop?
Would that be related to autocorrelation?
Ma'am, data should not show erratic behavior.
Any other?
Ma'am, its mean and variance should be constant over the period. And it should be mean reverting in nature.
Its mean reverting means its mean and variance is constant over time. If we divide the data in 4 or 5 or 6 or any other parts, the mean and variance should be same. Means mean and variance should not be changing from time to time. Clear? Stationarity. Stationarity means what do you say about this data? Whether it is stationary or not. If we divide this data into 4 or 5 parts and calculate mean and variance, generally it will be same. Clear? But if you divide this raw data of futures and you divide this data into 4 or 5 parts, then mean and variance will not be same. That means our underlying data is not stationary. But this will be discussed tomorrow. Today I am telling you, generally we do not work with generally. I have used the word generally. Generally, we do not work with prices. We work with returns. Generally, we do not work with prices. We work with returns. Two main reasons for working with returns. One is return is unit free. Prices may be in rupees, in dollars, or in any other currencies. But excuse me for just a second. Yes, prices may be in any currency, currency of India, currency of US, currency of UK, but return is unit free. It is in generally, it is in percentage. Clear? That is why we prefer return. First reason why we prefer return. Second reason, return is generally stationary. Return is generally stationary and simple linear regression is applied on return series. On stationary series, simple linear regression is applied on stationary series, not on non-stationary series. Generally, prices are non-stationary and return is stationary. How to calculate the return? We have two types of return. One is simple return and second is continuous return. Simple return, you know, is calculated PT minus PT minus 1. What is this T minus 1? This T minus 1 means it is the previous value. T minus 1 means previous value. T minus 2 means value of 2 periods back. T minus 3 means value of 3 periods back. Point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. PT minus PT minus 1 divided by PT minus 1 and this whole is multiplied by 100. For example, we invested 100 rupees for simple calculation and next period the value of the asset is 120 rupees. How much did we earn? We invested 100 rupees, purchased an asset for 100 rupees and after one period its value is 120. Means today its value is 120 and when we purchased one period back its value was 100 rupees. Clear? How much amount did we earn? It is 20 rupees. In percentage, it is 20 divided by the amount we invested. It was 100 and multiplied by 100. It is 20 divided by 100 into 120%. If we have invested 200 rupees and today's price is 220, then it will be 20 divided by 200 into 100, 10%. It is simple. Then next is continuous return. Continuous return means it is log return and we prefer this. Why? Because if you add up the returns, one period return, you are investing 100 rupees today. After 1 year, you sell this, purchase the same asset with the same price, and then sell in the second year, then third year, fourth year, fifth year. You calculate return for all the 5 years and add up these, and you calculate the return for total 5 years. Simple return will be different in these cases, but log return will be same. I'll be sharing the you may download the econometric analysis, introductory econometric for finance by Chris Brooks. Second edition and third edition are available on PDF drive. Clear? Clear? You should download these. And our guide I have shared with you, and I'll be sharing EViews file as well. I have both the files, R as well as EViews. I'll be sharing these files with you, but you either you purchase, I have purchased second edition, third edition as well as fourth edition. Either you purchase or you download from PDF drive, either second edition or third edition. Fourth is not still available. Yes, we prefer continuous return. How this continuous return is calculated in EViews? The formula is D log, this close is means series name, D log series name into 100. It will be calculated log P minus log PT minus 1 into 100. This formula is same by applying logarithm rules, but I'm not discussing those things. The formula is D log close. Yes. Let's calculate futures return and spot return. Go to generate futures return, or you may name it as per your choice. I'm giving it name FR. Okay. FR is equal to D log within bracket. What is the series name for futures? Futures, FUTURES. It should be same as it is in EViews file. Futures. Better you select from here. D log series name into 100. See, a new variable will be there in our EViews file. Okay, FR. This is return. If we open this series, it is showing that you have calculated FR is equal to D log into futures into 100. You applied this formula and calculated FR. Then I'm calculating the spot return as well. Generate SR is equal to D log, same formula, spot bracket close into 100. Okay. This is SR. Yes, I'm applying the regression, futures return and spot return. Go to quick estimate equation, FR space. In EViews, for writing the equation, we don't use is equal to plus minus nothing. Space, dependent variable name, for example, FR space C space SR. FR futures return space C space SR. Okay. These are the results of our regression. Our dependent variable is FR. Which method have you applied? Least square. At what time you have calculated this? Sample is from this to this. Included observations are 246. Why 246? Why not 247? Why 246? In the original series, there were 247 observations. See, 247 observations. But
because
in
we have taken the returns and first value has been deleted from this because
yes,
of the difference.
first value is NA because we calculate return with the help of this formula log P minus PT minus 1. We have subtracted previous value from the present value, and for first value there was no previous value, that is why there is NA, and we are left with 246 observations. Yes, where is equation? Here is equation. Yes, how will we interpret it? But before interpreting, we should check some assumptions. We should check residuals. If the residuals are not fit, we will not apply the regression equation. We will not interpret the regression equation. Go to view of equation window, not of this window, not this window, this window. This window has view as well as this window has view. We will be going to clicking the view of equation window. View residual diagnostic, most important diagnostic, though we will be checking stability diagnostic tomorrow. Today I'll be taking the session up to 6 because we started 10 or 10 or 15 minutes late. Residual diagnostic, Correlogram Q-stat. What does it measure? It measures whether there is any autocorrelation in the residuals or not. Our last assumption. There was assumption or no? Residuals should not be autocorrelated. Correlogram in residual diagnostics checks whether the residuals are autocorrelated or not. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. See, these dotted lines, these are the bounds. These dotted lines, these are the bounds. These are the bounds. Values are outside these bounds, means these values are significant values. Clear? The other go to quick estimate equation, FR space C SR. Okay, yes. The other thing is Durbin-Watson test, Durbin-Watson stat. It should be near to 2. What does it measures? Durbin-Watson stat. What does it measures? It measures the first degree autocorrelation. First degree autocorrelation. What is this first degree autocorrelation? First degree autocorrelation means values either of residuals or any variable. First degree autocorrelation means our variable, our values are correlated with its previous values. Clear? Our values are variable values are correlated with its previous values. Point is clear? How to calculate the autocorrelation? Let me tell you with the help of this same file SNP Hedge. If we calculate correlation between spot and future, it will be correlation. If we calculate, for example, I am going to copy this and pasting this here. See, it is futures minus 1 means previous value of futures. It is futures minus 1 means previous value of futures. What does it mean? See, during September, value was 954.50. During October, it is 924. During November, it is 955. Against October, which value is there? Against October, which value is there? Am I still there in the class, in the meeting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. October, against October, what is the value? It is for September. Is it or not?
For September. Yes, it is for
Against
September.
November,
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
for October. Against December,
October.
it is for November. Means one lagged value, previous lagged value. Clear? If I delete this value and calculate correlation between these values, it will be between these values. If I calculate correlation between these values, it will be auto correlation. Means we are calculating correlation between two variables, but one variable is the original series and second variable is the lagged series of the same variable. My point is clear, I think. What is auto correlation? Point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If I take the second lag, means now I paste value this here. Now against November, the value is for September. See, I delete this, cut this. Yes. Now against November, it is September value. Against December, it is October's value. Against January, it is November's value. It is second lag. Means we have lagged the values by 2 time periods. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Now if I have to delete last two values, because against these there are no values for futures. Yes. Now if we calculate correlation between these values, it will be auto correlation of second order. My point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Make the time, please make the time to watch the video today itself or before tomorrow's session. Urvashi ma'am will be sharing the link with you. Try to watch the video today itself or before tomorrow's session so that you are familiar with these terms. Clear? Now, Durbin Watson checks first order autocorrelation. Clear? If this value is different from 2, if it is between 1.9 to 2.1, doesn't matter, but it is different from 2, 1.5, 2.5, it matters. Clear? There is first order autocorrelation. How to remove this autocorrelation? Again, if on equation window, if
Ma'am,
you will
please
click,
repeat the
yes,
last point. Ma'am, please repeat the last point about Darwin-Watson stat.
Darwin-Watson stat calculates the first order autocorrelation. I told you what is first order autocorrelation. Clear?
Ma'am, about that
If its
criteria.
value
About
is
that
near,
criteria.
yeah, I'm going to explain. If its value is near to 2, it's okay. 1.9 to 2.1, it's okay. But it is far from 2. Even 1.5 is not okay for time series data. For cross-sectional data, 1.5 is okay. But for time series data, 1.5 is not okay. Clear? 2.5 is not okay for time series data. It is okay for cross-sectional data. My point is clear? Now, in our case,
Ma'am,
it is
1.8, is it okay in time series data?
you may 1.8 may be okay, but you will have to check with the help of view correlogram, residual diagnostic correlogram. Clear?
Okay,
Clear?
ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how to correct this value? We faced a problem. How to correct this problem? If you will click estimate, it will be showing the equation you have. Yes, one more point. Now see the residuals. When we check the residuals in the starting, it was NA. Now check the residuals. These have values, means it has saved the residuals. Note down the first value. It is 0.31. Clear? Now in the equation, I am changing equation. I am introducing AR1. What is this AR1? It is auto-regressive term. Means regress the future's return on its previous value also. We have introduced AR1 as independent variable, or it may be said FR minus 1, means FR of first lag, same thing. Clear? AR1 means first lag of dependent variable. Clear? AR1 means first lag. How to remove the auto correlation? AR1. I introduced AR1. Okay. Now let's check whether Darwin-Watson has improved or not. It has improved to somewhat. It has improved. थोड़ा सा improve हुआ या नहीं?
Yes, ma'am.
It has improved to some
Yes, ma'am.
extent. Yes, we may improve like this. What is this MA1? I am introducing MA1. It is MA for residual. MA is for residual. Yes, it has improved. Clear? We introduced AR, means we are saying that the series is auto-regressed to itself. Series is auto-correlated to itself. View residual diagnostic correlogram. Yes, many values are now within the range. Many values, though third value is not within the range, sixth is again not within the range, means we have to introduce more AR values. More on it tomorrow, because we should be somewhat familiar with R also. You want to learn R? I want to teach R, whether you want to learn or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you all have installed R as well as R Studio.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Installed.
ma'am.
Yes. Open the
Yes.
R Studio. Open the R Studio. In my case, it takes some time. Open the R Studio. Just let me wait.
Okay, ma'am.
It has opened twice. All of you have opened the R Studio?
Yes, ma'am.
In the meeting, yes. Yes, let me wait. If I click twice, it opens twice. Yes. It is like this on your laptop also?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. First of all, because we will be working mostly with Excel files, you have to install package. First of all, you have to install package Read Excel. Go to Tools,
Okay.
install package. Go to Tools, install package. READ. Read X. C. Read Excel. Ruchi ma'am, people are waiting in the lobby. Read Excel. Install. First step is to install Read Excel. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Why Read
Yes.
Excel? Because most of the times we will be doing, see, it has package Read Excel, successfully unpacked, and MD5 some checked. Clear? It is showing that it has been successfully installed. Next step is import dataset. Import dataset from Excel. Yes. Browse the file. Browse the file. I have saved the file on my desktop. Yes, I shared with you because I will be teaching you step by step the R guide. Clear? Step by step R guide. That is why I am opening this file UKHP. I shared with you UKHP. Yes. See, here there are two variables, time and average house price. Here are the code. See this. These are the codes. Codes that have worked. We have not written. We installed the package, Read Excel, then we import the file. Now, let's change this series to time, because this first series month is time. I am changing this to time with the help of date. See here, it has changed. Code has changed or not? When you will be looking the video, watching the video, then you will be noticing that one more command, column type C, first one date and second one numeric. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
We have not written this command. We have just changed this month series to date. Now we see that it is date and it is numeric. First series is date and second series is numeric. If we change it to numeric, nothing will be changed in command because it has already taken it as numeric series. Clear? Clear up to now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Import. File has been imported. We have file month. We have two series, month and average housing price. Clear? Clear? If you
Yes, ma'am.
If you close here, then file will be closed. It is showing that there are two variables. See, here you see in environment, it is showing UKHP. There are two variables and how many observations are there? There are 327 observations and it is showing UKHP file name. Clear? Now we want to calculate the summary of variables. Summary of months is important or not? Summary of time is important or not? No. We want to calculate only a summary of average housing price. What is summary? It is descriptive stat. Here, after arrow symbol, type summary. Better if it gives you option, you select from here. I'm selecting by double clicking this summary or single clicking, sorry, summary. Within bracket, summary of which variables do you want? What is our series? What is our file name? It is UKHC. It is giving us UKHP. I'm selecting this by single click. Yes. Pressing the enter. It has given us summary for both the variables, month as well as average housing price. We have how many steps? How many steps are there? We have learned today. 3 steps. First of all, go to tools, install package, read Excel. Second was import file from Excel. And third one is calculating the summary. Command is summary, UKHP file name. But we don't want to calculate the summary of time period, month. We only need the summary of average housing price. How to calculate this? Again, I'm writing summary, file name file name UKHP. Then for any variable, to select any variable, we insert dollar. After inserting dollar, it is giving you two choices, whether you want to select month or average housing price. No, I want to select average housing price. Press enter. Now the summary is for average housing price. My point is clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
For selecting any variable from the file, we insert $sign. First is file name UKHP, then $sign. Then we select the variable name. Now, sorry, minimum, first quartile, median, mean, third quartile, and maximum. These are there. we want to calculate standard deviation also. SD. Command is SD within bracket. How will you write this? How will you write this? UKHP. Sorry. UKHP, then dollar, and then average housing price. Press enter. It has calculated standard deviation for us. Point is clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next is I have written commands from this guide for you, and I'll be sharing with you this file after the completion of workshop. Clear? Then in the same way you may calculate variance. AR variance. Yes. For which variance? UKHP dollar. Sorry. Variance for UKH. Prefer selecting here. Otherwise, sometimes it is not comfortable. Rather than writing, try to select from the options given by R. Clear? It has calculated variance for us. My point is clear? We have calculated summary of our variable average housing prices. Now, I want to calculate the continuous return. I have written this in Word file that I'll be sharing with you. Yes. Give the name. No space in the name. I want to calculate the, let me import another file. Import dataset from Excel. Which file? CAPM or SNPH. Okay. It's change this date to date and import. Now we have two files. See, one is UKHP and another is SNP. Clear? We have two files in R. One is UKHP and second one is SNPH. In SNPH, we have two variables, spot and future. Clear? I am calculating the return, spot return. Spot, right here in console, write spot return or SR as per your choice. SR is equal to, yes, because EViews was comfortable by putting NA itself, but R we have to command it that there should be NA in first row. I am repeating, EViews by itself inserted NA in first row for return, but R we have to command that create a column. Create a column vector. Column vector means create a column in which values are written. Create a column vector. Command for this is C. Create a column vector. First value will be NA. Create a column vector. First value will be NA. Then calculate 100 multiply by 100 into difference. I always prefer to select from here rather than writing difference of log within bracket. It has given us the bracket, our file name S and ph. Select from here dollar, which variable we are calculating spot return, so we will be selecting the spot. Yes, press enter. See, it has calculated spot return, but it has not inserted this column into our file. Our file is still spot and futures. See, S&P hedge, there are still 3 columns, date, spot and futures. No column has been inserted to this file. Why? Because I gave the name SR. If I have given the name, for example, I give it the name SR, give it the name S and PH. In this file, you insert a variable SR. Now see the difference. It has inserted a column, variable has been inserted in our file, because earlier I didn't command it that you insert this column in my file. My point is clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier it calculated spot return, but it didn't insert the column in our file. Clear? Values are same. You check. It is 3.50. It is 3.5. Clear? Values are same. It has been rounded. It has not been rounded off.
Yes.
Up to 2 data points. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we calculate futures return, FR. Should we write like this, FN, FR, or S&P hedge? S&P hedge, then dollar, then FR is equal to, we may copy this command from here and change the name spot to copy. I'm copying this command, V spot S, and I already told you that I try to select from here dollar, then futures. Yes, press enter. There are now 4th variable, FR, futures return. Now it is your first workshop on R, or any of you have already attended the workshop on R?
Ma'am, first workshop.
First workshop, ma'am.
For previews?
First workshop, ma'am.
First workshop. Okay. Yes. Now we have learned how to open the file, then how to calculate summary, and how to calculate return. Clear? These 3 points. Now we want to plot the histogram. We want to plot the histogram. Command is HIST. I saying again and again that I prefer selecting from here histogram. I want to plot the histogram of spot return. one of you will tell me what will be the command. Histogram within bracket, what should I write?
S&P hedge.
S&P hedge.
Very good. S&P hedge, then dollar.
Dollar.
And
Spots
SR or FR.
Yes.
As per your choice. Select from here. Prefer selecting from here. Yes. This is the histogram. Clear? This is the histogram. I'll be telling you how to change the series name. I'll be telling you tomorrow. Yes. Now, how to save this histogram? Go to export. Go to export. Save as image or save as PDF or copy to clipboard. As per your choice. Copy to clipboard. Yes. Copy plot. You paste to Word. Control B. It will be pasted. Clear? Or you may export as image or save as PDF. As per your choice. You may save it as PDF. Yes. Which name you want to give? Spot return plot. Spot return histogram. Where do you want to save? Directory. You select. Where do you want to save? I want to save on my desktop. Yes, it will save. I have selected directory. Then I have selected the place where I want to save it. That I have given the name to it. You may preview it or directly save it. Clear? If you click on preview, it will be showing you the preview. Clear? If you don't click on preview, it will be directly saving. If you click save, it will save. I selected to save on my desktop. See this PDF. If you have selected to save as image, it has saved as image. Try to watch the video before tomorrow's session. Yes, one more point. Sorry. Yes. One more point. How to save this file? Go to session. Save workspace as. I'm repeating. Go to session. Save workspace as. Where do you want to save? I want to save on desktop, and name of the file should be, it should be Dice Workshop. Okay. Yes, it has saved as Dice Workshop. We will opening this file tomorrow. Any question?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, we have imported this file because this is a time series file, but when we examine by using is.ts in R, then it is showing as false. Why, ma'am?
Why? Share your screen and show to me. What the problem are you facing? You are showing your screen? Yes. Yes. What's the issue? You are not importing Excel file. You are importing some other file. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Yes. You are importing some other file. Then
No, ma'am, it was send hacked a file that you're
then
working.
install the package like we installed the package read Excel. You install the package read the file you want to import. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that may be the problem. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, which value is desirable for kurtosis and skewness?
Skewness should be 0 and kurtosis should be 3. Clear?
Okay, ma'am. Or high value.
Generally, my another point is generally Excel calculates, generally not generally, it always calculates, Excel calculates excess kurtosis. Then we compare the value with 0. If it is excess kurtosis, then compare the value with 0. If it is simple kurtosis, then compare the value with 3. Any other point?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye. All the best.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I given the command directly for spot returns and I not created the column of NA.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm sharing my screen. Ma'am,
It
is
has
my screen
calculated without